Hey ladies and gentlemen, Simon here with episode number 2 of Sword Art Online to react to with you all. Now, having posted out the first episode, the reaction from some of you was interesting. This show definitely appears to have a bit of a divide in it with regards to the fandom. Some of you really enjoy the show, are big fans of it. Others not so much. I've seen some complaints that people saying this is a bit of a trash anime, it's poorly written. I mean, I enjoyed the first episode, but, you know, I guess I'm not going to know until I'm a fair chunk of the way in on this show. So it's an interesting one. You know, I'm not going to deny that with any kind of anime, I guess, it can go either way. But, you know, whenever an audience kind of comes out and there is a visible split, it does kind of make you think, ooh, what has this show done to annoy so many people? But with the likes of, you know, Arrow and other shows that I've watched in the past where people have had kind of split opinions on it, I always keep an open mind and I always want to go into something with kind of a neutral stance. You know, at the end of the day, I may enjoy it, I may not. I guess it just falls down on personal taste. I enjoyed the first episode. It certainly set up an interesting premise. A lot of you said that, you know, some of the questions that I was asking with regards to, like, you know, small details, you know, like how do people get sort of fed nutritionally on the other side? You know, stuff like that probably won't be answered. But, you know, as you go on, you start to learn more and more about the creator and about the world. And I guess one thing that's really going to kind of drag me in and keep me in is characters. That's the big thing for me, is if there's well-written and well-developed characters who are relatable and likable, then that will go a long way to papering over any cracks that might appear in the story. So, if we do have a story that's maybe not as well-written as, you know, some may like, as long as the characters are there and I can relate to them and I like them, then chances are I'm gonna really enjoy the show and I'm gonna carry on with it. So, but there is only one way to find out, and that is by jumping into this second episode. Now, obviously, we've had our characters kind of meet and then separate. They need to get to this level 100, and right now they're all noobs. Well, not noobs, but they're all like level 1 characters, so they're all weak. So I'm assuming we're going to get a lot of leveling up. We're going to get a lot of, you know, exploration of different early levels. I'm looking forward to it, seeing how they go about these early episodes. So, why don't we jump into it? Before we do, I want to say a big thank you to my Patreon super supporters: Frank Tremel, TheLoneDetective, Karen Abel, Ace, Nick Walters, The 7 Deadly Sins, Damon Smallwood, and Michael Y. So, without further ado, let's jump in and let's see what happens next.
Thank everyone for coming. Good to see you.
Who is this guy?
Abel, and in this game, the job I rolled is knight.
Dude, there's no job system in this game.
I was gonna say.
You guys want to hear this or not? Okay. Glad to hear you're all with me on this.
They all still seem very calm.
Figure out how we're gonna beat the boss. First off, we'll team up into parties of 6. A typical party doesn't stand a chance against a floor boss.
He's got no friends. Asuna. Okay, Kirito and Asuna.
Looks like everyone's teamed up.
We all know about the 2,000 people who've died so far, yeah? Well, some of you need to apologize to them right now.
What?
Kibao. I think I know who you're referring to.
They did stall us beginners. They snagged all the good hunting spots. And
that is kind of what Kirito did.
Everyone's getting stronger in here. This whole time they've ignored us like we're nothing. Hell, I bet there's some of them here. Come on out, beta testers.
Yes, there is.
We should make them apologize to us.
Do all of the beta testers know each other?
Their money and the items they got.
Huh. 2,000 people, that is a lot of people to have died. Because there was at least 10,000 players.
For info on the boss, it's all in here.
So where's the guy who Kirito met from the first episode? He was going to meet up with friends. Did he make it? Did he survive?
trick.
Try it with some of that.
What is that? Ooh. She has glowy fingers.
Cream.
I got it from the Heifer Strikes Back.
I'd say
Quest in the village
she likes it.
This one. You want to know how I did it?
I won't lose to this game or this world, no matter what.
Okay. She's having a bit of an identity crisis.
I wouldn't want a party member dying on me. So try not to die tomorrow.
That's very simple information. Don't die. I don't want you to die, so don't die.
Let's go over it again.
Oh, it's the Kobold King. Is he going to slaughter them all? Ilfgang, the Kobold Lord. I love the concept, though.
Commence attack! Switching! Here it comes.
So this is just like an MMO raid, isn't it?
Squad C, keep guarding and prepare to switch.
But she's got good skills. I can't even see the tip of her sword.
Oh.
Right on. Looks like the guidebook was right.
Stand back!
He's changing weapons, isn't he?
I thought the plan was for everyone in the group to surround it.
Oh, is he going for the killing blow? To get the XP? Uh-oh. That's a really good level 1 boss.
You know, you were a beta tester too, weren't you?
Drink the damn potion before you die.
You were after the last attack bonus, the rare item. You're
He was trying to get the loot.
a beta tester.
So they don't all know each other. Oh boy.
I'll go too.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
We'll hit them just like we did the minions.
Oh, what the hell was that? Oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh dear. Hopefully that wasn't a fatal blow. Nope, he's lucky. What the hell kind of first level boss is this? They got him. Right in the belly. But you don't feel pain. So why do you feel tiredness? Oh, he got the coat of midnight.
Nice job.
Ooh.
That was some fine swordsmanship.
I was going to say, in the first episode he said that you don't feel pain, but he's clearly experiencing exhaustion.
Stop cheering! And I bet he's not the only beta tester here. Come on, show yourselves!
Oh dear. Beta testers are going to become an ousted people, aren't they? But he didn't know that the fighting style switched to what it did. He said it wasn't like that in the beta.
It's not cool to put me in the same class with those noobs.
Oh no, he's lying.
You heard me. Most of the 1,000 people who scored a slot in SAO's beta were rookies. I knew about the boss, because I fought tons of monsters with way more sword skills on higher floors.
Is that true?
I know a bunch of other things too.
I don't know what's true and what isn't right now.
More than any info broker. He's a beta tester and a cheater.
Okay.
A beater. Yeah, that's good. I like it.
Okay.
You can call me a beater. Just make sure you don't confuse me with those beta testers anymore.
Is he just trying to intentionally take the flack away from the other beta testers? That's a cool looking coat.
There's a name written right next to it, yeah?
Kirito.
Kirito? It was there the whole time and I
I was going to say, she's got brilliant sword skills, but she didn't know where
Powerful hero.
the name was.
But if the day comes when someone you trust invites you to join a guild, don't turn it down. Because there are limits to what a solo player can do.
But you're solo.
Oh. He is now. Okay, so, a few interesting choices in this episode. Firstly, the choice to have a bit of a time skip. And to not... It's basically sort of just skip over all of the sort of beginning stuff, I guess. You know, watching Kirito go through the first few towns, collect some loot, beat some low-level monsters, and to kind of just put us into a situation where they're ready to fight the first, like, big boss. That was certainly an interesting choice, because it kind of throws you... It throws you off when you're getting, you know, sort of new and ready to sort of embrace a new anime and meet new characters and get a grip of the story. To kind of throw you forward so far is it can be a little bit disorientating. I mean, you know, the first thing we heard in the episode was that like 2,000 people had died, and you know, I know that there was 10,000 hard copies. I don't know if there's just 10,000 players in the game or if there's more, but either way, 2,000 people is a lot of people to have died so far, and they were all still on the first level. You know, and then there comes this kind of strange anti-beta tester kind of attitude, which, you know, from a certain viewpoint can be understandable. You know, people are angry that people who have experience haven't gone around and done everything they can, I guess, to help the sort of newer players acclimatize. And certainly from Kirito's point of view, that is true. He went off and, you know, tried to get ahead of the game. He tried to sort of get loot before anyone else could, you know, and he was very much thinking about, you know, how he could protect himself. So, you know, that was very much relevant for Kirito, but obviously there was other beta testers who were trying to do what they could to help out. As we said, there is a guide, but unfortunately the creator seems to have been very snide and has changed some of the elements of the game since the beta, which does happen. You know, you can go into a game at beta and it's nothing like the game when it comes out. That's the whole point of a beta test, is to see how the game plays in its current form, and then to, you know, from that point onwards, you know, make little additions or make some changes, you know, just to kind of polish up the game. The guy who came into it, the guy who said he was a knight, he what was his name? It sounded like Diablo, but it wasn't Diablo. He was a strange character in the way that, you know, he was trying to he obviously had some experience in being like a guild leader, or, you know, he had experience in MMOs. You know, he was trying to organize a raid, and he did a fairly decent job of it. And then he tried to go and take the final blow for himself, which made me think, oh my god, is this guy, you know, trying to just take the loot at the very end? Is he like trying to be a bit of a scumbag? And in the end, that's kind of what Kirito ended up doing, but he wasn't doing it because he was wanting to try and take the loot. He did it because, you know, he wants to kill the monster. Kirito's stance at the end to kind of separate himself from the other beta testers, it left me a little confused. It made me think, is he doing it intentionally to try and take the flack off of the other beta testers? You know, to try and put himself up as, you know, a villain almost, so that the 900 odd beta testers who might still be in the game weren't, kind of ousted. I mean, if that was the case, then it's very noble. If not, then I'm confused because, he's like, yeah, he's a solo player and we get that. But, I mean, as has been proven, it's better to stick together and to try and at least, work together to defeat these monsters. Because that, for a level 1 boss, that was a bit OP. Level 1 bosses typically are not too challenging because they're level 1. So that's level 1. You can only imagine what level 100 is going to be like. And it'll be interesting to see how they change things up as time goes on. Asuna, I think her name was. At least that's how you pronounced it. She's an interesting addition. She is she's obviously got skills. She's got sword skills, but she doesn't have experience of the game. So I don't think she was a beta tester. Because she said that she didn't know where the nameplate was. But she's clearly gotten some skill at games. And she was told about how she wants to be who she was, and I don't really know what that is yet. Doesn't sound like she wants to necessarily be a solo player. She said she didn't want to stay in the town of beginnings and, just rot away. She wants to go and face the world head on. Maybe that's what she just meant. Maybe she's just like, she's not a coward. She's not going to sit down, and lay down and die. She wants to go out and face the world and, beat it or die trying. Maybe that's what she meant. Either way, it was a bit of a confusing message, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, the stage is clearly kind of set now. No sort of idea as to whether the was it Keel, the name of the guy that Kirito met in the first episode. No idea if he survived. No idea where he is right now. I'm assuming we'll meet him a little bit later on. But the episode kind of ended with Kirito deciding to go solo. And again, maybe that's just him trying to protect people. Maybe it's just him honestly being, a bit of a standalone sort of, he just wants to do it himself. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you for the next one.